Yo, what's good, guys? And welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be doing something different. We're going to be doing a bit of a challenge playthrough here on Crusader Kings 3, which should be a lot of fun. But pretty much, we've got our character set here. So we're going to be a warlord, and we're going to be ambitious and stuff like that. And our main goal, I'll show you guys in a second. So we started on the earlier start date. Our main goal is to go for the 10 Kingdoms achievement. For those of you guys that don't know what that is, it's pretty much an achievement where you need to get 10 kingdoms within your dynasty, but they all have to be independent. So you can't be like, you can't just be an empire, for example, and have the 10 kingdoms underneath you. They have to all have their own land and stuff. So it's going to be a bit difficult because you don't know what's going to happen with plagues. You know, people might want to fight you for your land or when secession happens and stuff like that. So it's going to be a very, very fun playthrough, and I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. But I'm gonna go ahead and start the playthrough anyways, and let's begin, guys. So guys, since this is obviously going to be on YouTube, I'm gonna cut out a lot of the boring stuff, and you know, if I feel like there's nothing happening for certain periods, I'll edit it up and chop it up and stuff. So if you guys see some cuts sometimes, that'll probably be the reason why. But yeah, let's begin anyways. So marriage. We're also playing on achievements enabled, so like, you know, the diplomacy range is completely normal. We have zero mods and stuff like that. So we're playing complete base game. But I think this is gonna be a lot of fun, guys, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. Now I'm kind of new to this YouTube thing as well, so you know, if you guys have any advice or anything, be sure to let me know, because you know, it's all completely fresh to me and stuff. But yeah, okay. So marriage. We could get this one right here. That's 1K men. Now, you're not that far either, realistically. Yeah, let's go for this one. Okay. And then what we want to do is we want to what else do we have to do? So court physician doesn't really matter now. Let's station these guys. So one thing that I noticed that a lot of people who play this game do not check, a lot of guys and gals who play this game do not check, is that you're going to want to come in here, and in this area, guys, you can find bellicose. So for example, the Estonian culture right here is bellicose, right? And that gives them, like, pretty much, this is how I base my gameplay, like what I base it off, or who I'm going to play as and stuff like that. Depending on where you choose, if you go into the culture tab down here, down the bottom right, you can see what every culture gives you, right? So they're bellicose, you're stoic, which means you're very good for learning. I would say that's a very good learning one, because learning is all about keeping down your stress, and it's also very good for you know, keeping your character alive longer, whereas that also keeps your character alive longer. So you can do learning, and then they will, like, you know, bonus off each other, or you can also do diplomacy in that one. And then obviously bellicose is very good for just warmongering, but it's also good for stewardship too. And then there's a few other ones. Let me just find them. So there's ceremonious, which is really good if you want to be a kingdom. It gives you court grandeur, house opinion. That's actually very good, very, very good for people who want to play as if you want to play as clan, ceremonious is perfect for that. That's another one. And then I think there's like there's a couple more. So bureaucratic is very good for learning as well. Monthly lifestyle experience, cultural fascination. And I know there's one as well that the Mongols get. I don't know if these guys get. Yeah, they do. So that's very good for, like, I would say warmongering as well, because you get a huge vassal limit. So this is all about like expanding your empire and stuff, you know. But there's so much culture stuff in here, guys, that I feel like a lot of players miss. And you know, it's really big. It's really, really big. If you do end up missing it, it's kind of unfortunate, but yeah. So we actually have somebody underneath us. I don't really like that, but we can't really deal with them yet. What I'm gonna do, I probably should start as a county, to be honest, because I prefer that, but screw it. We'll live with the punches now. So what we're gonna do is let's increase this, and then we're gonna want to get some huscarls as well, because they are just insane. And then what we're gonna want to do is let's go ahead and host, and we're gonna host a feast so that we get more prestige back, because that's gonna be very important for getting our army up and ready early. We don't have to spend too much money on it. Let's try and befriend. Maybe is Novgorod here? Actually, we need to change who's going to arrive. We change who's going to arrive real quick. And then um, Bjorn's available. Let's just check everybody. Finland, Nyland. Yeah, I don't see who I'm looking for. I guess we could do Bjorn. Let's make him a friend. Or honorary guest him. And then we can also befriend him as well. Oh, wait, here we go. Here's Novgorod. Sorry, actually. There's Novgorod. We want Novgorod to be happy with us. For the beginning, at least. So let's go ahead and make you the honorary guest. Just so he doesn't declare war on us. And then, I think we're good from there. We don't want to, yeah, we can't even spend any more money if we wanted to. But yeah, I'm probably going to create a time lapse here, guys, once I start the event. Or unless something else pops up in the meantime that's important. And we'll see what happens. All right, here we go. The feast is beginning. Here we go, guys. Let's go. The guests have gathered in the great hall, lords and ladies from the near and far reaches of the realm. I've been craving for an occasion like this. The mood is bright, and the spirits are high as the feast begins. Let's do this. So we want to become friends with them, so we're going to choose the top option. My lord, the wine. We cracked open the next barrel. It has gone bad. It has all gone bad. The feast is still raging, but without drink, the mood is sure to dwindle at a cruel pace. So the best option to choose here is we all have to pitch in my opinion. Well, in general. Because unless you're really rich and you don't mind. But this one, you spend prestige, which isn't too bad. And then you get 15 gold. And as a tribal at the early stages, it's better to go for the gold than prestige. Right, let's give a toast to Mr. Rorik over here. That will give him some bonuses and he'll start to like us a lot more. Hell yeah. After days and nights of joyous company, my feast is soon going to be over. Most every guest seems to be pleased, except perhaps Noyavza, who is still clutching his nose where the peacock marked him. We should do this more often. Hell yeah. Right, so we failed to befriend him, but he still would be happier with us, which is pretty good. That's what we were aiming for, so that's all that matters. And with that, it's all done. Finish the feast. Hell yeah. That's that done. So now we can improve our army a little bit more. Let's get some more Huskarls. And then what we can do is we'll wait until our men actually get fully replenished and armed up. Now this guy has some Vigmen, which are bowmen. And we have... See, these guys counter his archers, so we're actually perfect. And these guys counter archers as well. So his Vigmen are not going to do anything against us. So we should be able to declare war pretty easily on this guy. Now let me just make sure. I need to go down Marshall. And I want to lead my own army. Because that's the goal of our guy. You know, he's going to be somebody that's ambitious. And he's going to want to lead his armies and stuff. I normally go down Chivalry because prowess is more important when you're leading your army. And then Stalwart Leader over here is very good for getting more prowess as well. So we'll do that. And then let's get ready for war. Declare war. And then we want to conquer the county. We'll probably conquer that one that's right next to us. Let's do it. Raise all armies. Let's go. My wife approaches me with 3 scrolls of parchment in her arms. My lord, I have drafted trade proposals for neighboring rulers. I'm certain that a deal can be struck that will benefit both parties. King Rourke seems reasonable. Enter an agreement with Chieftain. Okay. Let's do Rourke. Make him happier. Okay, they're sieging our land. So what we're going to want to do is end that. And then we're going to want to come over here. And then we might as well send our forces in. We should be able to easily dispatch them. Very, very easily. We completely counter them. We'll unsiege this. And then we want to go ahead and go in for more. We should get our siege done before theirs. Send our men straight over. Do with their army. And then we've won the war as well. We've got 100%. War score 100%. Battles won 100%. Let's go ahead and do that and enforce the demands. Expand all armies and hell yeah, there we go. That's our first war completed and we also got another county out of it, which is huge. Prisoners can be ransomed. Let's just ransom everybody for the time being. And then what we can do now actually is go ahead and host a hunt. And that will give us more prestige for more army, which is kind of what we're aiming for at this point. So let's go ahead and do that. Start the hunt. So What is the... So, yeah, actually, this is just choosing what you want to hunt. Let's go for the boar. Normally, just hop one's what I normally click. So we get our master hunt as well, and we get prestige for that. That's very good. We'll just do 1 second actually. Yeah, we'll just do that, and then what we can do is talk later, Marshall, which gives us a success chance. So guys, for anybody who hasn't played the game before, you have a success chance, and every action that somebody takes will either most likely have a negative or a positive effect on the success chance. And obviously you put it up by having different things like a master to hunt and stuff, but right now we're on 40%, which is not the best, but we still have a bit to go. So talk later. That gives us a bit more prestige. And then what I want to do actually is change it to slay beast. Now it's probably too late to do it, but we have 28 days left, so we should be good. We should have you see here, this tells you how much pop-ups you're gonna have, and it tells you what happened to. So we have 2 days until the next one, and then another one pop up after a certain amount of days as well. Right, that's right after it. Spears ready forward. Take that. I believe we've got it. Yes, we have. Hell yeah. I'll keep it as a memento myself. And because we've done that hunt, we've got 88 stress loss because we're gregarious, which is a very good trait. I love that because any activity you do, you lose stress when you do it. We gained the trait hunter, which, you know, when we upgrade it, it gives you little bonuses like learning prowess for this one, for example, on Venator tree, which is the normal hunts. And it gives you small health boosts and stuff, which is very handy. And then you also get prowess and stuff later on. And then if you go down Falconer, which is the other side of hunting, there's 2 different events you can do. You get Courtly Vassal Opinion. So one's Glory Hound, the other one's Courtly. And this one gives you Stewardship and Learning and Prestige. So it's good to do both if possible. Right, yeah, let's become the owner of that boar tusk. So you see that as well, since we got an item now. For anybody who hasn't played the game before, if you hunt, or you know, there's different artifacts you can claim by doing actions like hunting and stuff. And for example, now we've got the boar tusk because we slayed the animal by chance, and this, we had a successful hunt. So now we get prestige and stuff, and we get stress gain. Well, we lose stress, and then we get a courtier and guest opinion +10, which is actually pretty good too. And when you go down here to the bottom left, you can open your inventory, and we got a famed trinket now, and you can equip that into your little slot down here. You can have 4 of them enabled, and then you can have stuff later on as well. And yeah, they're very handy, like little bonuses. And then now there's a plague going on, a camp fever. It's over here in Sweden. Interesting. Nobody's died from it yet, but it could spread over here. Now, what is it? It is so it's a minor plague, and it is typhus. So we got to be careful with that because that can be pretty deadly. If it does start coming over here, we have an option to like close our borders and stuff. We'll do that straight away. Let's do a prowess challenge. Okay, he gained a straight wounded. Recover fully, please. Is that my wife that was sick? Oh no, somebody different. Okay. Right. What we want to do now is, I don't really care about that concubine thing because we'll probably end up reforming the fate at some point and changing our culture as well. I'll probably end up like adding on to it, but that's like a later thing to deal with. Right now we kind of just want to get palisades, so we can put up our defenses. And let's go ahead and get to limited tribal authority, because once we get to the 3rd stage of tribal authority, we can go ahead and start revoking titles from people, like this guy, for example. I don't want him having that title, so you know, we can imprison him later on if he refuses to give it to us, and then we can take it for ourselves. And we can hold up to 4 titles right now in our domain by the top right. So we want to, you know, capitalize on that and take as much of it as we can. But yeah, anyways, okay, let's continue. So we've done our hunt. Now we can go ahead and increase our army a little bit more, get the Huskarls up, and then we are now out again. So what we can do is, I don't think we can do a funeral just yet. But there's a new thing in the game as well with updates for those of you that haven't played in a while, and it's called legitimacy now. And you know, if you get your legitimacy up, you get different bonuses. So right now we're recognized, which gives us a short range duration, which I'm pretty sure means that, like, you know, if you're just now into power, it'll lessen. I'm not exactly too sure on what it does, but I'm pretty sure like the lower or the, you know, the less amount of time that you are in power, your vassals will begin to dislike you because they think that they should be in power and stuff. And the longer you stay in power on that one character, they'll start to like you more because, you know, they recognize you as their ruler and stuff now, which is kind of what that is. And then you get rightful, which means you're rightful, obviously, to the claim. And look at the bonuses from this one. You get slight reduce claim Casus Belli, so you can claim for less money. You get increased alliance acceptance and stuff like that. Marriage is going to be very good. Vassalization, all of that is very, very important to get. And that will continue to increase the more legitimacy you get for your position. So that's going to be pretty good. But yeah, that's just something that you naturally, legitimacy is something that you will naturally gain as you you know, continue to play the game and stuff. You'll eventually get it. But next, what we want to do is, we can't declare war on you again. Can I murder you? No. Okay. So what we want to kind of do, I reckon, is we would like to become friends with somebody near us. But we also want to expand. Now we can't kill you yet, so that kind of sucks. So we're just going to play the waiting game. Wait for events to pop up and stuff. So champion practice. The clanging of mail and the clashing of swords rings in my ears as my champions practice their arms. I study them intently, trying to ascertain each one's particular strengths and weaknesses. There can be little rest for them, for as soon as the bell is rung to signal the end of the mock melee, the stable doors are open. It is time to bring out the mounts. Today we are going field riding. Bring me my armor. I haven't ridden on the Quintain in ages. I wonder if that, obviously that means horse. Interesting. So you get mounted exercise, prowess, and a small health boost. Yeah, we're obviously going to go for that. 5 years is quite a long time in this game too. Just in case anything happens in the meantime. So we got our second skill point now. Let's get Bellum Justum, which will be good for claims in the future. Not super important considering we're playing tribal and nobody's underneath us, but might come in handy in the future, depending on what happens. But yeah. So what we can do now is, can we host anything again? Let's see. A lot of this game, early game, is just going to be hosting stuff. We might as well actually go on a pilgrimage. There's one right next to us. Let's do that. Let's go and get a caravan master because they give you protection. Now, for anybody new to the game as well, when you go on travel, there is a chance of danger happening depending on the tile and depending on the control in the area and stuff like that. Like, for example, this area is taiga right now, and that's giving us plus 55 danger. And then also the control is giving plus 33, and it adds to 55% because we've minus 33 safety. So that cancels out the county control. So what we can do is go ahead and add in somebody that would be for taiga, which would be forest, for example. But we don't need to do that right now because we're just traveling through area that's not that bad. It's 1% chance of danger, so we don't have to worry about it. But when you go in an activity as well, you can also spend a little bit more money to get better, you know, success out of the event that you're going to. And we're not going to do that right now, though, because there's no point. But it could be beneficial for lots of different reasons if you were to do it in your own playthrough, or even down the line when you have a little bit more money, because it can be pretty costly. And every time you upgrade your title as well, like we are a duchy right now, but if we were a count, it'd be even cheaper. And you know, there are certain things that you can choose later on down the line, which I'll explain once they come up. But you know, if I was a king, for example, or even an empire, they can be very, very expensive. So you have to kind of be careful with that stuff for sure, because you know, they can blow through your money. And then if you get very unlucky with events as well, they can like really like like just kill your money pretty much, because that's what the game tends to do that a lot. When you reach the higher positions, it tends to like just throw curveballs at you that would make you waste your money and stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and go on this pilgrimage, a fresh start. Sacred groves. I have walked the holy path. So we get to trade pilgrim, which is just like the hunter one, and you get bonuses for upgrading it. So this one gives you learning, a monthly piety, and then zealot vassal opinion. And it also gives you zealot vassal opinion, different culture opinion, monthly piety, and learning. So it's very beneficial not only to get like, temporary things like prestige and stuff and piety and all that, going on these events, but it's also good just to get the traits out of them, because long term they will benefit you by adding on stacks of like passive bonuses and stuff. So we are, for example, now when you're in conversation as well or events, um you know different lifestyles. So obviously we're down martial, we're warmongering right now, but if we were to be diplomacy or learning right now, we'd be able to choose this option. But since we aren't, we can't do it. And since we don't have a high enough diplomacy or learning, we also can't do it. It's kind of like certain things have a diplomacy challenge where you would challenge the other character's diplomacy to see who's better and stuff. But we'll just choose this one's pretty good because your pilgrimage becomes more pious, which means that this bar down here will give us will start to go up, and then obviously we get different rewards based on what level we end up on down here. But this game is very realistic as well, guys, in terms of like, history and stuff. And I love my history, so it's gonna be fun to do different playthroughs of different areas and actually like, maybe explain the area and stuff like that and how history actually turns out. But I also just love like experimenting it and seeing it for myself too. It's very cool. It must be mine. Like for example, the guy in Poland, I'll explain it in a second. So we finished our pilgrimage. We got where is it? Yeah, so we got piety, trait experience and pilgrim trait. Became fate, had the ancestor worship tenant. What is this? Oh, so we had, our fate had it. We gained in my footsteps, in the footsteps of my forebears, which is close family opinion. That's very good. And we gained legitimacy as well, which is important. All these events will give you legitimacy too. Very, very good. What was I gonna say? So yeah, back to the history part, guys. Like for example, this piece, I did a playthrough before where this dynasty right here is the one that actually forms the kingdom of Poland. And I did a playthrough where, for example, instead of just making them be the kingdom, by the way, this they start in the later start date really is when they form it, or like way later than this, but I can't remember the exact date, but it's later than this anyways. But um you can, for example, my playthrough I learned the history of these guys, and what I did is instead of just, settling for the kingdom and playing as the guy in this actual dynasty and starting as the character that already starts in this area, I went ahead and formed a kingdom, and then I formed an empire just of the surrounding area, and that was pretty fun to do. But even like the Alba guy up here, guys, the guy who actually owns Alba, he's got some cool history as well where he actually stays in power. I'm pretty sure he never dies in power. He actually retires and becomes a monk as well, which is very cool lore. It's like all these characters have like very accurate lore, and it's just like insane. Like obviously you have the Viking brothers then as well, and you actually have Alfred as well, who, his family goes on to finally form England in his stead and stuff. His son or whatever goes on to finally form it. Like there's just so much history and stuff behind the game. It's just amazing. But yeah, that's enough history for today. I feel like I could just sit here and ramble on about it forever, so I apologize, guys. But it is a very interesting topic, and for, anybody that's be watching my videos, I'm probably going to be on about it a lot, so, get used to it. But, yeah, let's continue. Consider the armor gone for a price. That'll give us 15 gold. Let's do it. We got a weak hook as well. So anybody new to the game as well, when you gain a hook on somebody, you can call it in. So like a hook is like, I don't know, if you know somebody's secret or something and they don't want you to blackmail, they don't want you to reveal the secret is what I should be saying. you can hold a hook over their head, and you can use that hook to get certain things. Like you can sway their opinion on certain things or force them into certain actions because they don't want you to reveal their secret to the rest of the people, and then they get a huge like debuff, or the people hate them or whatever for it. So you can actually get your spy master to in the game to go ahead and search for secrets in an area. And if you go down the stewardship tree, so like I said before, we're going down marshal. If you were to go down stewardship and you go into, so if you dibble and dabble actually, and you go down into intrigue, you can fabricate hooks on people, which will if you go down stewardship and get the first one of each skill, so stewardship and intrigue, through intrigue you can fabricate a hook, and then on stewardship you can then use that fabricated hook to get money out of people. That's one of the best ways that me and my friends make money in this game, because you can make an absolute fortune out of it. You can rinse people for their money. But also, if you're searching for secrets too, you can find some crazy secrets. Some people pay like 100 gold and stuff, especially the higher rulers, just so you don't blackmail them. And then if they say no, well then you just blackmail them, and then they get the trade, they get a negative trade, or their people hate them or whatever. And yeah, it's just like it's a very good system. But the same thing can happen to you too, if you're not careful. Oh god. Talvi gained the trade consumption. It's not my land, is it? No, she must have went over there. Camp Fever. Yes, she must have went over there, because it's nowhere near us. She must have definitely traveled. Can I declare war on you again? Not yet. Okay. Keep an eye on that. But another way to make good money as a tribal in this game as well, for anybody that's new, is you go on ahead and you can do raiding as anybody that's an unreformed fate, no matter what you are. I'm pretty sure you can even do it if you're feudal, because you can normally not raid as feudal. But if you are a unreformed fate in general, you can raid other people near you. And then the way raiding works is, you, for example, raise my army. You come over here and you raid their city, any of their cities, and it'll tell you here if they've like loot in it. So they have 15, for example. I could go over there, raid that, pillage it, and then sometimes you get a pop-up even during the raid as well, where you might get more gold. But if you don't get that, regardless, and you're happy with having like 15, and then you add on the 15, that's 30, and then you want to bring it back, as long as you bring it back, your army within your borders, you will get that 30 gold into your pocket. And you won't be able to repeatedly do it. You'll have to wait until it cooldown, but it is a good way to make money as well for anybody that's new to the game. It is very, very useful. Now, we should be able to hunt. No, 4 months. Okay. So let's wait for the hunt. And actually, we got game sighting as well, which means that our hunt master found animals in the area, which is good. Bison sighting, perfect. Let's go ahead and add as many people as we can. We don't need to add rivals. And then we hunt the beast itself, so we get a more of a chance, because we don't need to lose stress right now. We want to do the hunt itself. So we want to change your intention to slay the beast. And then if you wanted to, we could spend more money to increase the success chance, which I think I'm going to do. And then we just hunt. Let's do it. Let's see how it goes. Let's get out there. So we've 76% chance already. Gain hunting raptor. After we ride. Now, there is a curse for 80% chance that me and my friends always get in multiplayer, but it seems like we're good this time. Spears ready, forward. Take that. We've got it. So we'll keep this one as well as memento, I should say. Sorry. Let's keep that. Finish the hunt. And hell yeah. So, our wife is pregnant too. That's good. We will probably get an heir now, which is handy. What we want to do as well is we got a bison horn now. That gives us more prestige, gives us a little bit more stress loss, and it also gives us building construction cost minus, which is very good. That literally pairs with this Bortos. The two of them together give us 0.10, I mean, prestige per month, which might not seem like a lot, but we're currently losing 0.6. So to get that as well on top of it, it should change it a good bit. And then we also have got Statute of Akka now, which is piety, court grandeur, and zealot of vassal opinion. So that's going to be a later thing, but obviously we'll keep them for now because we're not doing better. And you know, if you guys are ever scraping the barrel and you guys need money in the game too, or gold, one thing you can do is you can go here and destroy an artifact. And what that'll do is it'll give you a certain amount of gold as well for it, depending on which artifact it is. Like this one, since it's a masterwork, you'll get 80, for example. But obviously, we don't want to destroy it right now. And then if it's damaged, you can also repair it, or you can see its history. And you can also trade it to other people too to get them to like you and stuff like that. But, you know, we'll keep it for now, obviously, because it benefits us. Right, let's continue. We can get a martial perk. Let's do that. Army movement speed is pretty good. Archer screen and stuff like that's really good as well. Let's get that. Chancellor. Let's go ahead and put the champion in there. Now we are pretty low on people, so what we can do is we can invite champions, and what that will do is give us more people for our court as well. And they should be pretty cheap. Alright, we got a son and heir. Hell yeah. Let's go ahead and recruit you to the court. You're pretty cheap. Eventually you will get guests as well in your court that you can go ahead and recruit to. And they will give you different bonuses and benefits. Like this guy, for example, he's only 6 and he's really good prowess. And he's got 15 intrigue as well. Let's go ahead and recruit you. And then also you can recruit your prisoners too, even if they're of a different fate. And you can like negotiate. You can get a weak hook, for example, on this guy. Or, you know, sometimes if you've captured a prisoner from somebody else's like land and a different like culture or fate or whatever, you can like convert fate or convert culture. Here there'll be different options. But we'll probably recruit both these guys. Let's do it. Just to get more people. Now we can increase our army as well. I normally like to get at least some horsemen, but they're not good in this area. So what we might do is let's get some... Big men are better. No, are they? No, they're not. Well, actually, they also have screen. And our screen gives a bonus. They don't do as much damage, but they have toughness too. And the damage is not that crazy. They're actually better. They are better overall. Let's go ahead and grab them. And increase them. So they're very cheap as well, so we can get 300 of them. Not too bad. That'll bring our army now to about just under 2k. And then we should be able to declare war again soon. How long do we have to wait for this? We have to wait 14 months. Okay, so within the year, we'll be able to take another county of this guy underneath us, which will be very good. Kind of just waiting now for a pop-up. So Novigrad, this is why I hate Novigrad next to us, and I want him to be allies, because we don't want to deal with how strong he is, but he keeps raiding you too, so he becomes a real pain. But, you know, later on down the line, he didn't even raid us, he raided our vassal, which is not too bad. But you know, when people raid you and stuff, they can also steal your courtiers and people in, you know, your family or your heir. They can even sometimes take. And, you know, sometimes if you're like poor and you're in a bad situation, you won't be able to get them out for a while. And people can die in cells and stuff like that. So it can be a real pain. But thankfully, he didn't come directly from my court anyways, which is good. Okay, let's go. Now we just kind of wait until we can declare war again. Call to war. You want me to join you? Where are you? Okay, we might as well help him in this war. Let's send our army over. It's going to take us a while to get there. Actually, we're taking it by sea, so it's not too bad. Not bad at all, actually. We landed right in there. This is actually a very good ally to have. Let's deal with this battle for him, so we get war score. We also might be able to capture a couple of prisoners for ourselves. And our wife has also just gained us 50 gold. Now, one thing I forgot as well that I didn't really focus on this time around, but you know, if you think of it, you know, I can do it in a future generation. If you go into your council, your wife also has a position, and she is doing assist ruler right now. But you can get her to give you different things. Like she can give me 10 stewardship right now, which is crazy. But you know, sometimes I would rather her give me, in this situation, I'd much rather her give me 10 marshal, which would bring us up to 25. But obviously we don't have it right now. We might as well get her to give us the stewardship. Let's do it. So that's why sometimes it's better to focus on skills and traits and stuff for certain marriages, because they are, you know, it's going to benefit you a lot more. Definitely would benefit you a lot more. Right, yo, we've pretty much won this war for this guy. Let's go ahead and finish it up. Despite the settlement of yielding to his armies. So I'm guessing, yeah, we're getting raided. People tend to raid you when you're not home, which is funny. They always take advantage of it. Can we declare war on you now? We should be able to. Yes, we can. Let's take another county off you. Let's do it. So our son is also grown up. For anybody else that's new to the game again, when your children reach the age of 3, they will get a trait, okay? And this, normally this first trait is what I base their, you know, what their livelihood's going to be about. So this guy, for example, has stewardship and learning from this trait. And he's learn language scheme power as well. So normally, since his learn language scheme as well, I probably will put this guy down learning because we are playing a tribal right now. And we don't get much benefit from stewardship other than what I explained earlier, which is getting the hooks on people and stuff. And I don't really do that a huge amount myself anyways, unless, like, you know, I'm going for it straight away, or later on down the line I might dabble into it. But right now, you know, I'm more beneficial just going down martial in my opinion, so we're going to stick to it. But this guy, we will start him right off with learning, because I feel like that'll benefit him a lot more with the learn language and stuff. Let's do it. And then what you can do for your heirs as well, now that he has his trait set and we know what he's going to be going down, you can press C. So there's 2 ways you can do this. You can right click him and educate him and choose somebody from your court who's going to be good at learning. So for example, I could get her. She's got a learning, look for education trait, and she's got a learning education trait. So she would be good for him. However, you can also press C on your keyboard. You can go to all realms in relations, and then you can go to learning. And this guy's got 38 learning, but we can't do him because he's lowborn. Actually, can we do you? No, we can't. Okay. No, actually, wait, hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm so used to playing without diplomacy limitation on. So, we'll do top realm. Can we do this? Yes, we can. So this guy, for example, has 16. And he's got 2 as well, which is better than the 13 before. She's next up. So now, we'll go ahead and get my my heir sent to him. And that will get him taught. And he will normally go there until he reaches the age of 16, which is when they grow up to be pretty much an adult in this game. And can do stuff, you know? So he's going to be away for a while. Now, if his guardian dies, chances are he'll probably, I'm not sure how it works, but I'm pretty sure he ends up coming back to us. And then we have to send him out again and assign him to somebody else. So it's, you know, hopefully he doesn't die pretty much. But they've got 2 armies now. They must have bought mercenaries. Let's go ahead and call my ally in for this one. We can actually retreat out as well for a moment. Just to let my ally get here and fight in a more favored position too. Because if you guys see here, if we fought there, our advantage in this location is 24 minus 9. Whereas if we were to fight in our own land, we get a +4, for example, right now. Now, obviously, that changes based on what traits you have and what area you're in. But we can do this. Fight them in our own territory. Now, our men should hammer theirs because we've got bonuses. Each unit in your men-at-arms will counter a different unit depending on, you know, which one it is. So these guys will counter the skirmishers, these guys will counter cavalry and archers, and these guys will counter spearmen and archers. And the enemies can do this too, so you kind of have to be vigilant about who you're fighting. And you can check all of this by going into their army, checking who they have in their military strength, and it'll tell you what units they have, and then you can kind of be prepared to know who you're going to be facing and stuff. You can also check the commander out as well. Now, I don't... Yes, you can, actually. So you can hover over the army, and it'll tell you who their commander is. 1 second. Get it like that. Oh, okay, hold on. This is a tricky one. So you can do it like that. Actually, hover over here. And then you go down here. It'll tell you who the commander is. And you can also see who their commander is and see, like, what his skill is and stuff. So this guy's got 10 prowess and 18 martial. And, yeah. That's pretty much it. You can, like, kind of see who you're facing then. Which obviously is pretty beneficial to know before you go into a battle. Let's go ahead and deal with his army. Okay. Our allies' army is here. So we might stick with him just to make sure. Okay, they're unsieging that. Let's go ahead and keep fighting them. So we got a nickname too, which is cool. Our nickname is the Quarreler. It's considered wise not to start a conversation with you unless you have a few hours to spare, sometimes days. So my guy just waffles pretty much, which is funny because that's pretty much what I'm doing this video right now. It fits it perfectly. Okay, so. Okay, he's got an ally. That's fine. Let your ally join. He's only got 500 men anyways. We'll deal with him if he comes in. Go ahead and finish this siege, and that should win us the war. There we go. War over. Hell yeah. Disband the men. Now, one thing as well that I forgot, guys, is, you know, your council has a plethora of different things you can do. We're going to do increased control, because we're going to have to put up the control in our new areas that we've got. So let's do that. Now, we got this one first, so we'll increase that. The current control is... I actually can't see it. Okay, it's garbage anyway. So 27. And this one's going to be 0 straight off the bat, so we'll have to upgrade this later. And we'll deal with that when the time comes. But it is kind of important to stay on top of that kind of stuff, because it will, you know, decrease the chance of your people revolting against you. But it also gives you a lot more levies, which is, you know, included in your men-at-arms. And it also gives you, you know, your money gets impacted as well, your taxes and stuff based on the control in your area. So it's always good to put that up. But yeah, guys, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and call this part 1. We're going to go ahead and end here. I think this is a pretty good start. We got 2 pieces of land. I explained the game a lot more to, you know, I explained the game to people who don't really know it. We're going to call it part 1 here, guys. And yeah, we'll be back for some more. It's going to be a long playthrough. A very, very long playthrough. So I'm going to put it in a playlist and stuff. And we will see what happens in the future. I'm very excited to see where this goes. But if you guys have any questions in the... You know, any questions in the future, just leave it in the comments and stuff, and I'll get back to you guys. But yeah, this is gonna be a very long playthrough, guys, because we're going for the achievement of the 10 kingdoms, which, you know, for anybody who plays CK3 already knows that it can be pretty hard, because, you know, people can die to plagues. People might not want you in power due to secession and stuff, which is something that we're gonna have to deal with in the future and stuff like that. So it can get a little bit techie in those kind of areas, but we'll deal with it when it comes to it. That's what the game's about. It makes it a lot more fun and stuff. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end here, guys, for part 1. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next video. Peace.